A whisper began to move across nations, not loudly, not suddenly, but steadily, carried by merchants, passed between travelers, repeated in distant courts. There was a king in Jerusalem, a king whose wisdom could not be explained. His name was Solomon. Some said he understood things no man had been taught. Others claimed he answered questions before they were fully asked. Some even believed his wisdom came from beyond human understanding. But in a distant land, those words were not easily accepted, because power often creates stories, and reputation often exaggerates truth. And in a kingdom far away, a queen listened, not with excitement, but with caution, because she was not unfamiliar with influence. She ruled with strength. She governed with intelligence. She had built a kingdom that others respected. She had advisors. She had scholars. She had people who claimed to understand the world. And yet, none of them had ever spoken of wisdom like this, which made her question everything she was hearing. How could one man possess something so absolute? How could wisdom be so complete that nations spoke of it as if it were unmatched? It didn't make sense. And because it didn't make sense, she refused to accept it, not without proof. So she made a decision, not quickly, not emotionally, but deliberately. She would go to Jerusalem. She would stand before this king, and she would test him herself, not with simple questions, but with the kind of questions that reveal truth, the kind that expose weakness, the kind that no one answers easily. And if his wisdom was real, it would stand. If it was not, it would collapse. Preparations began. A great caravan was assembled. Camels were loaded with gold, spices, and precious stones. Servants prepared for a journey that would stretch across distance and time. Guards stood ready to protect what was valuable. But the most important thing she carried was not visible. It was doubt and expectation, and the quiet determination to discover what was true. The journey began. Days turned into nights. Nights turned into weeks. The desert stretched endlessly before them. Heat rose from the ground like fire. Winds moved across the land without warning. Silence followed them, a silence that left space for thought. And during that silence, the queen reflected. What if the stories were true? What if she stood before something she could not explain? And then another thought followed. What if it was all exaggerated? What if she had traveled all this distance only to find something ordinary? The questions stayed with her. But she did not turn back, because once a question becomes important enough, it demands an answer. Eventually, Jerusalem appeared, a city alive with movement, structured, ordered, established. But something about it felt different, not chaotic, not uncertain, but stable, as if everything within it moved with purpose. Her caravan entered the city. People stopped and watched. Gold reflected the sunlight. Camels moved slowly through the streets. Servants followed in perfect formation. It was a display of power. But the queen was not concerned with being seen. Her focus was ahead, toward the king. Word spread quickly. The Queen of Sheba had arrived, and not as a guest, but as a challenger. Inside the palace, everything was prepared. Solomon sat on his throne, not restless, not eager, but calm, because wisdom does not rush to prove itself. And when she entered, the room fell silent. Two rulers, two authorities, two minds prepared to meet. She stepped forward. No hesitation, no fear. and she began. Her questions were not simple. They were layered. They required understanding beyond knowledge. Questions about leadership, questions about truth, questions about the nature of wisdom itself. The court listened closely. Some expected tension, others expected resistance. But Solomon did not interrupt. He listened, fully, as if every word mattered. And when she finished, he answered. Not quickly, not defensively, but clearly. Each response carried weight. Each explanation revealed depth. Each answer felt complete. She asked again, and again, and again, and every time he answered. The room began to shift, not through noise, but through realization, because something unexpected was happening. The queen was not finding weakness. She was finding clarity. Her expression began to change. Confidence softened. Curiosity deepened. And slowly, something within her began to move. She started to observe more than his words. She watched his servants, the way they moved, the way they responded, the way they carried out their roles. Everything was ordered. Everything was intentional. Nothing felt random. Nothing felt forced. Then she looked at his officials, their discipline, their structure, their unity. And then she looked back at the king, and it became clear. This was not just a man with answers. This was a kingdom shaped by understanding, a leadership built on something deeper than authority. And in that moment, her doubt could no longer stand. She had come prepared to challenge. But now, she was witnessing something undeniable. And when she spoke again, her voice had changed. The challenge was gone, replaced with recognition. She admitted that everything she had heard in her own land had not fully captured what she now saw. The stories were true, but they were incomplete, because what stood before her was greater than description. She realized something unexpected. Wisdom is not loud. It does not force itself to be seen. It reveals itself through order, through consistency, through truth that does not need to defend itself. She presented her gifts: gold, spices, precious stones. But now they were no longer a test. They were an acknowledgement, and Solomon gave in return, freely, without hesitation, because wisdom does not compete. It gives. But the greatest exchange that took place that day was not material. It was understanding, because the Queen of Sheba came searching for answers. But what she found was something greater. She found truth, and truth does something powerful. It changes how you see everything. When it was time to leave, she prepared to return to her land. But she was no longer the same ruler who had arrived. Because some journeys do not change your destination. They change your perception. They reshape your thinking. They redefine what you believe. As her caravan left Jerusalem, the city returned to its rhythm. But the moment remained. A queen had come to test a king. But in the end, she encountered something far greater than she expected. Not just wisdom, but truth that could not be ignored. And now the question remains for every person who hears this story. When truth stands in front of you, do you resist it? Do you question it? Or do you recognize it? Because sometimes the answer you're searching for is already standing before you.